You don't need to choose to either be a present father or a powerful man. You can be both. You see, most men either go all in on fatherhood, but unfortunately losing their masculine edge along the way, or staying powerful, aiming for the mountains, but only to create emotional absence, which unfortunately will only create more guilt and distance between you and your kids. This is how you create balance. Now, in this video, what I want to discuss today is how to be a better father without losing your edge. We live in a society right now where men are forced to go into the workforce, to hunt, to go put food on the table, to provide, and to constantly sacrifice their lives to give back to the ones that they love. Now, I can speak for most men and say we wouldn't want it any other way. But at the same time, we do want that time back, that presence, that build up with our kids, to be able to be there in moments where we don't necessarily want to miss out on. So I want to share in this video a few things that you could start working on to find that balance, that camaraderie, to really bring back you in that sort of masculine edge and that presence all in one without trying to be one or the other. Because either way you go, it's going to create problems. And this is where we can have both in the center, which is what I desire for most men out there, if not all men out there that have families or choose to want to have families. So this is called the Fatherhood and Masculinity Framework. I've got 3 steps that I want you to dive into. The first one is presence. Daily moments of full attention. Presence can be the smallest thing. I need you to do one thing first, because this is what I fucked up a lot at the beginning, was I thought, what is presence from my end? Rather than looking at my son and seeing what he really connected with from the beginning, and continue to do that and possibly introduce that with future kids as well. The reason why I went down a path of looking into where is my son most presently involved with me, which is where I can build the most amount of time efficiently with him, so my connection and bond is at a higher level. That's what I got to figure out. So my son, for example, loves to go in the garden. So grounding, playing with the plants, watering the garden, he loves that shit. And we spend so much of our time together doing things like that. We play sports, so we'll go to the park, kick the soccer ball. See, these are the things that I'm getting full attention from him and full connection as he grows up. So when I've got that time with him, when I make that time work, that present, undivided attention straight to him, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm making time for. And every kid may change, and that's up to you as the father to find that efficiency in that present moment that you have, because I get it. We've got to work. We've got to put time elsewhere. You've got to make it important with your wife as well. Obviously, she's the most important one in your life right now, or your partner. But you've got other areas and other people and other responsibilities that need your time and need your energy. So as much as your family comes first, you need to manage your time efficiently and see where is your presence most connected with your kids. So this is what I want you to do first with presence, is look at moments that you've had with your kids and see what is most connected to them. When you find them, stick with those things, and I guarantee you the connection that you have with your kids will only increase, and therefore your bond, you'll feel it as well from a man's perspective. The second thing is protection. So structure, stability, and safety. Now, as a man, you naturally need to get your shit together. Where is your structure at? What stability do you have? And safety is a huge one as well, not just for your wife, but for your kids. Your kids need to feel like, I'm fearful of dad. What is he going to do? But from a place of, I trust you at the same time. And I think we can all, I don't have to explain it, understand the difference between fearful of he's going to kill me and fearful is like, I respect my father. We know the difference. I don't have to explain that. But when you understand this concept of protection, you need to have something in place with your family, just like you structure things at work with your business. So when you structure that in place as well, you're going to find that the connection that you have again in the present moments of when you're scheduling time, the stability and the consistency around when you do these things, and constant planning. Because if you're constantly present and around and you're there and you show up, your kid naturally feels safe. He and she, they feel absolutely connected in that place. And you're probably already hearing me now saying the key word here is connection. Because when you build that bond with your kids, you're going to feel like you don't need all the time in the world to build that. You got so many parents out there today constantly buying their kids love, being a sibling to them rather than a parent, and disrespecting the build-up of what parenthood really is. And everyone does it differently, and I understand that. But the kid is the most important thing right now, and how they get brought up. And if you don't connect with them, if you're not in control of your child, the government, society, their environments that they're constantly in are going to override your authority. You're in charge. You're their father. And if you want to see them grow with respect, values that you hold, and boundaries and standards, you need to start by showing up more, being more present, understanding them, getting to know them, connecting with them. And that starts with these two factors here. So being there in every moment that connects with them, structuring that constantly to show that you're there to protect them, you've got stability, you're always around mentally, emotionally, everything like that, and they feel safe because you're always showing up. And lastly is your power. Staying strong mentally, physically, and emotionally. I can't explain this enough or stress this enough, that power, that inner game that you have, making sure obviously physically you feel like a fucking man. Go to the gym, do some sort of fighting, go for a run, do something that makes you feel unstoppable, unfuckable. That's where you need to begin. From there, you know mentally you're going to be stronger. You're going to have more confidence. You're going to follow through on everything that you do. Your word is your bond, and therefore you're going to make promises that you can keep. And that's going to make you stronger as a man and a leader. Therefore, in times when you don't want to deal with shit, emotionally strength as well is someone that doesn't lose his shit. He can stay calm, he's grounded, and he can follow through. Knowing that you are physically, mentally, and emotionally strong means you hold that power. And that is real masculine energy from a high point. If you can be present, have protection in how you run things, and hold your power, this triangle here is so connected and so strong that this here cannot be touched. It can't be broken. You're in control of that. And by controlling your presence, your protection, your power, it all starts with you. This is going to fuel the connection that you have with your kids. And that all can be done by still going out and winning, being powerful in your own field, growing your business, making more money, higher statuses in whatever way you want to do, as long as it's meaningful enough and connected to you in a bigger way, rather than just significance and, in a way, status and, trying to win a trophy. None of that's important. You've got to understand what you do, have meaning behind it. But having that, and I understand sometimes as men, I was the same, you feel respected, appreciated at work. Sometimes at home, you don't get that. And that's a conversation to have with the wife, and make sure that you work together on that so home can feel that too. If it feels like that now, great, you're winning. And that's where the balance needs to come into now. So again, most men, unfortunately, struggle because they're in a place where work comes first. And a lot of their attention is fueled into that space. And studies constantly show, I think a new one just popped out recently, where only parents are spending like 35 minutes I think it's a day. Something tells me it might even be a week, but I'm going to say a day. 35 minutes a day they're spending with their child or their kids, being present. Obviously, you got to take out things like bath time and dinner and things like that, but that presence, that connective thing that kids crave, they're not getting it. They're getting 35 minutes from both parents combined. And I would say majority of that time would be the mum. So just imagine how less time or how little time you have as a man raising your kid. Someone else, something else is raising your kid. And if you don't step up and make a change in this, you're going to lose them. By the time they're 18, you're not going to recognize who this fucking person is. And if you want some sort of say in how your kid is raised, and hopefully that they have values and contributions and boundaries and some sort of standard in a way that respects your name and respects you as the father, then it starts with you, because you only have yourself to blame at the moment. Start in these areas and I guarantee things will start to shift. You need to start making an effort. If you let it go too long, it's going to get harder as we go. I, as always, would love to hear what you think about this. So give us a like if you liked it. If you feel like another father needs to hear this, send it over to them, share it. And if you want more content like this, please subscribe, comment below what your thoughts are, and we'll see you on the next video. If you need more help, by the way, I'll just mention, DM me, Father, or just DM me. I'm more than happy to help out and see what else we can do to help you guide this into your life so that you can see the success as a father, that you deserve this. See you in the next video.